All right, I wanted to talk a little bit about our memoir. And so especially about what I've posted on the discussion board, because it's not like you don't have to do exactly what I have on here. It's just a recommendation. It's just if you would like to do this with us, this is what we are doing in our face-to-face class. So if you would like to do this with us, then you're more than welcome to. So here I have our sensory stories and haiku. Right, so I welcome students to write a sensory story and then a haiku. So if I have my journal, I'm just grabbing this one right next to me because it's the example. All right, so I have this handmade journal that I made, and we make something like this in class, and I could open it up to a page. Good, lined paper. And on one side of the lined paper, I could write my sensory story. That's about 6 or 7 sentences. And then I could come over to this side and kind of decorate this page using some, old dictionary page, an old book page, and then write a haiku on top of it, right? So I'm going to pause it and do something like that and show you kind of what I would do in a handwritten journal. Again, it's just for you. If you want to do something like this, then you can. So let's look at my story here and then my haiku, and I'll show you kind of how I would decorate a page to do that. So here we have, again, sensory story and haiku. So we have a story and then we create a poem from that story. You're just welcome to do it. You don't have to. So here we have a sensory story. A sensory story is one that uses one or all 5 senses of touch, taste, smell, vision, and or sound. The story grasps one small moment in time and pulls your reader into that memory. That's really important. That's what we talked about at the beginning of having that specific example. It should be 6 to 8 sentences and grasp your senses, not mine, but your sentences. Like what your senses, what did you feel? What did you see? And then a haiku. A haiku is a Japanese poetic form that's made up of 3 lines that contain 17 syllables in total. So it's 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and 5 syllables. So I'll kind of walk us through a haiku. And again, it's completely up to you. If you want to write a haiku that goes along with your story, then you can. You don't have to. This is just for you to walk away with something here. All right, so here's my story. Branson was much cooler when we visited this summer because of all the rain the month before. So when my son Jason and I rode the mountain coaster together, we also enjoyed the fast breeze. At least I did. My 7-year-old son sat between my legs in the open air coaster. Squeeze my ankles if I need to slow down, I said after I warned the riders behind us and the attendant that they may need to wait a minute before taking off in their cart. Sorry. We approached the first hill. Jace clung to the handle in front as I pushed the lever full throttle. I need a comma there. As I pushed the lever full throttle. His songs and giggles soothed my worried mama brain as the cool mountain air rushed over us. I told you I wasn't scared, he concluded as we dismounted the coaster at the end. I am a little, but you are growing too fast, I thought as we left the park. Here's my haiku. He gripped the handles, swirled, laughed, and sang round the curves, no longer afraid. All right, so just a little poem that grasps that. That's 5. He gripped the handles. Handles. He gripped the handles. So that's 5 syllables. He gripped the handles. 5 syllables. Swirled, laughed, and sang round the curves. 7 syllables. No longer afraid. 5 syllables. So 5, 7, 5 is a haiku. So if you'd like a journal page that has a story on one side and a neat haiku on the other, I'm going to kind of show you how you can decorate a journal page if you'd like to do that. So let me stop share and pause the video. All right, if I can get it to focus and stay focused, then maybe we could do a page. So, and this is just if you want, like this is just if you quit, just focus. Let me see if I can get this to stay focused. It's going to focus in and out, in and out. All right, so again, here is a clipboard. That's going to help keep it a little bit focused because I can keep it back here. And on one side, I have lined paper because I'm a lefter and a left-handed person. I can't write on non-lined paper. So on one side of my journal page, I'm going to write my story, right? So I'm going to write my story on one side of my page, and the other side, I'm going to kind of decorate and put my haiku. Just again, if you want to. So let me pause this and write a little bit of my story. All right, so again, on one side, I've just kind of scratched out a few words and I would fill this up full of my story on one side. And then on the other side, I would come over and decorate a page and write a haiku. So again, all that you have to have here is just a handwritten story, just a handwritten story that is a handwritten story that is a specific example and to be as specific as you possibly can in your story here, right? But I have this old music sheet, so I wish I could kind of show you as I go, but I can't get my camera to focus as it's looking down. So I've got this old music sheet here. You can find a lot of old music sheets at Goodwill and whatnot, right? I have this old music sheet here, and I'm going to glue that down, and I'm actually just going to tape it down because that's what I have. I have plenty of glue, but just to show us what we are doing. Again, I'm going to take an old music sheet. I'm going to put that down on the other side because he was singing, right? So I put this music sheet down because he was singing. Scissors. So put an old music sheet down. You have one job, scissors. So I put this old music sheet down here, right on the other side. I have an old music sheet because he was singing. And then I have this old page of American Bandstand. I don't really know what it is. I just know what the wording on it looks kind of neat. So I've got this sheet here that just has like numbers and whatnot on it. I kind of like the way it looks, so I'm going to put it on top of my music sheet. And what this is, it's called a junk journal, and it's just where I get things that have to do with music because I think my son is kind of musically inclined. I wouldn't be surprised if he could drum and whatnot. But like I put that on top of there too. So I have like this old music sheet and I have this on top of there. I have a brown paper bag right here if I wanted to decorate with a brown paper bag. And then I have this like due date, this thing that I got from the library, and I'm going to put it here too. And that's where I'm going to write my haiku. So I'm going to write my haiku on this. He gripped the handles. Now this you can print out if you want. We don't want to come down. He gripped the handles, swirled, laughed, and sang round the curves. Make this a little bit longer if I was doing it. No longer afraid. Right, so just a kind of a quick page. But then I have a little bit about music. So here I have one side. And if you wanted to carry a little bit of that music sheet around this, you definitely can. Where did I put those little scraps that I said? So I have these little scraps that I took off my music sheet. And if I want to put some of this music sheet, that's kind of cute. I like that. Some of this music sheet where I can see it a little bit around my story too. Here, my tape is kind of loud. But here I have a decorated page in my journal. I have some music sheet, I have my story, I have my haiku and all that. So again, it's just where we take things like an old music sheet and we take an old dictionary page that maybe has the word music or compose or coaster or something like that on that dictionary page. And we just kind of bring our haiku and our story to life a little bit, creating a journal page in our journal. Again, the only thing that you have to have is the story, is a handwritten story in your journal. All right, so you'll have some more videos as we keep on going. Let's make sure that we are writing at least one story in our journal and getting a picture to me. I'll show you how to go back over to this. So here's that sensory story in haiku. I'll put that comment in there here in just a moment. But to turn that in, of course, we have activities and then assignments. And here's a place, September 12th, 2 to 3 handwritten memoirs entries due. So get a couple of those due by Friday or so. That's Thursday, but by Friday, because I kind of treat it as a Tuesday, Thursday class. I don't have as much on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but by Friday or so, let's get a couple of those handwritten entries due. And just click on this and you can upload a picture, right? Add a file. You can add a file there, put a picture in here, and just upload a picture of your handwritten memoir entries. All right. I have it open. I should have it open. I'll check again, but I should have it open to where you can put more than one. You can submit more than one entry. All right. Well, take care. Again, if you want to decorate your journal page, if you want to write a haiku to go along with that sensory story, if you want to share a sensory story, those are all up to you. That's whatever you want. As long as you have a handwritten story, that's a specific example. Two of those stories, that's a specific example, then you've met the requirements and you're going to do just fine. The rest of it was just what we do in face-to-face class, and if you want to. All right, take care. Let me know if you have any questions. This won't be the only video I make. This is just a video for the memoir.